ignore those and just 1, 2, 3. Like,
Oh, here we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. Alright. Is Pirate Bay still the best place to use, or is there some other one people are using now? Is Pirate Bay still the best site to use, or is there another site that people are using now? Yeah.
I've used Pirate Bay, never heard of it.
It's good? Yeah. Where are they, torrents or download?
It's like Netflix, but
Oh, streaming?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. Good to know, good to know. Okay, so let's have a look at the first one here. How did this one go? You are given point A, which is -5, -11, and you're given B, which is 7, 2, and there's A. Oh, thank you, -2. There's A, there's B. Find the equation of the line which is perpendicular to AB and passes through A. So that's this one here. It's perpendicular to them and passes through A. So what should we do first here? Maybe we can figure it out together. What would be the first thing to do, do you think? M, yeah? M equals? Yeah, it's this one, isn't it? Okay. So that will be -2 minus 11 over 7 minus 5. Is that 9 over 12?
yeah.
Which is 3 over 4. Okay. But what do we do next?
Y equals M.
Yes. And what's the M?
9 over 12.
Is it 3 over 4 though? Are you sure? Because this line is perpendicular. Oh, so should it be -4 over 3? Yeah. Okay. Did you forget to do that? Yes, okay. So y equals -4 over 3x plus c. And now, we don't have a choice. We have to choose the right one. And the question is it A or B? The point we should use to get the C. We can't make the wrong choice. Only one of them actually works. Which one? Oh, you had a 50-50 chance and you went the wrong way. It's A. But why A? Why A? Yeah, the A is the only one that actually goes through the line we want, which is the red line. So we have to choose A. So I get -2 equals -4 over 3 times 7 plus C. So C will equal -2 plus 4 over 3 times 7. 24 plus, is it? Oh, no, I'm tired. Let's try this again, hang on. -2 plus 24. No, what am I saying? It's not 24, sorry, 28 over 3. That's my 22 over 3? Is that believable? Is that right? Could you use that super calculator to double check my work, please? You're checking, is it? Oh, good. Okay, so the answer is y equals m x plus c. But I'm not finished. Why not? Something in the question here makes me not finished. Yeah, we have to write a certain way, don't we? Yeah. So what will I do to achieve that now? I should put everything to one side. Yeah, okay. So I have -4 over 3x minus y plus 22 over 3 equals 0. But now, what's next?
Put the x and the y.
Yeah, go on. Go on. Don't be shy.
Put the numbers in.
No, I don't think it's this, no. That's it. We have to multiply everything by 3. Yeah, so we get minus 4x minus 3y plus 22 equals 0. Yeah. Okay. I know some of you found this a bit tricky, but now that you've seen me do it, is it okay? Yeah, are you sure? So let's have a look at the next one, which is on this page, page 5. Right. Let me scroll down. Can I scroll down? A, B, C are in a straight line, okay? Isn't that it, yeah? Right, here's A, which is minus 12, 4. Do they give us B? Yeah. Minus 6, minus 4. And there's C. Is it? Yeah, oh, P minus 10. Find the P. Very interesting, very interesting. Any ideas now?
We got M.
The M should be, we should get the M.
Then we take the value and make it equal to y2, which is minus 10, minus 4.
Yeah.
By p, minus 6. Then we
Solve.
multiply by p plus 6.
That's it. Explain the idea that you're using. Like that's the process, but and that is correct. But what's the idea? Like what idea are you using here? If you know what I mean. Like what's the concept? The idea.
They all have the M, the same M.
The same M, yeah. That if you calculate the M between A and B, that slope should be the same as between B and C, because they're all on the same line. This is your idea, what you're thinking, yeah? So, let's look at A and B. So, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Yeah? That should equal minus 10 minus 4 over p minus 6. Yeah? That you're saying that this is the slope between B and C, and this is the slope between A and B, and they should be equal. I've confused you, have I? Yeah. Tell me what's confusing.
Why is it minus 4?
Oh, how did I get the numbers here? Is it? Yeah. So in this one here, I'm saying this is x2, y2, and this is x1, y1. And then for these two, I'm saying this one now is x2, y2, and this one is x1, y1. Is that okay for everybody? Yeah. So if I scroll down, minus 4 is minus 8. Minus 6 minus 12 is 6. And that's minus 10 plus 4 over p plus 6. I just simplify. In fact, I can simplify a bit more. What's 8 over 6? I can simplify that a bit. It's 4 over 3. Yeah. Okay. Now, what do I do next? Yeah, cross multiply. So that goes up, that goes up. So now I get 4 times p plus 6 equals 3 times minus 10 plus 4.
Is that minus 4?
It was minus 4 previously, so I made it plus 4. It was 2 minuses here.
Oh, I mean they're like 4 because...
Oh, thank you. That should be minus 4. Thank you. Okay. Now, multiplying out. Minus 4p minus 24 equals minus 30. Oh, what am I doing? Of course, I could add these numbers together. So minus 10 plus 4 is minus 6, times 3 is minus 18. So I get minus 4p equals 24 minus 18, which is 6, isn't it? So I finally get P equals 6 over minus 4, which is minus 3 over 2. Did you get this answer?
I got 5.5.
Oh. Is it possible you made a mistake or I made a mistake? No, don't say of course you. No. I'm willing to accept I could have made a mistake here. That's okay. Anyways, we can check the answer, but you all understand the process, the idea here, yeah? Is this okay for you too? Is this okay? Yeah. Let's have a look at the next one now. I can scroll down? Yeah. Okay. Right. Find the coordinates of the point where the line 2x minus 2y minus 11 equals 0 meets 4x plus 3y minus 1 equals 0. Right, so what's this type of problem called where you want to figure out where two lines meet and you're given two equations? You know what it's called? I can't quite hear you. Speak up. Huh? Oh no, don't be shy, speak up. I'm not a bad guy, much. So what do you think this type of problem is? Something. Well, why didn't you say so? Anybody else know?
Sorry.
Yeah, it's an intersection point. But do you remember the name of the lesson or the method that you use to find the intersection point? It begins with an S. S-I. S-I-M. Simultaneous equations. Yeah, no, I knew you probably knew this. Yeah. So what should I do first here? Rearrange a little bit. Yeah. Now, how do you want to rearrange here? What should we move? I'm kind of happy with the x and the y's being together on one side, but I don't quite like the number here. I should bring them over. So I get 2x minus 2y equals 11, and 4x plus 3y equals 1.
Elimination?
We could go for elimination, yeah. What would we have to multiply now? We should make a multiplication now. Yeah, what numbers would you pick?
3. Oh.
You see, you have a couple of choices, yeah. You guys are going for 3 and 2, so you're thinking of getting rid of the y's here. Yeah, well, let's do that, So I get 6x minus 6y equals 33. 8x plus 6y equals 2. And should I add them or subtract them? No. I should actually add them because these signs are opposite. If I add them together, they'll cancel. You know, if I do minus 6 plus 6, then they'll cancel. You subtract them if they're the same, like if it was 6 and 6. Okay, so let's add them. So 6 plus 8 is 14. And minus 6 and plus 6 is gone. And 33 and 2, 35. Now, can I borrow the Casio? No, the nice Casio. Too nice. Who has the actual Casio I like? The silver one. The 991. Do you have this one?
No.
What one do you have? I have this one.
800 something.
The reason I'm looking, well, I'll have to open it here. The reason I say this is, this answer is going to be a bit ugly. It's going to be x equals 35 over 14. Oh, nobody has a calculator. I like, that's okay. Well, it's 35 over 14. So let's simplify. And come on, 7. 5 over 2. I mean, that could be the right answer, but I want to check that it's right. So, if you have the I know your calculator can do it, but this one here can as well. If I type in mode 51, I can check my answer by typing in the equation. 2 minus 2, 11. 4, 3, 1. Yeah, I'm right. It is 5 over 2 for the first one. Okay, how do I get the y?
Substitute.
Yeah, now what looks like the easiest one to substitute it into?
First one.
Very first one, at the very top? I don't think it really matters. No, actually, do you know what? I will pick the first one because I can see that I'm going to multiply the x, well, I guess it's the same thing. If I'm going to multiply the x by 2, it'll get rid of the half. So, I have 2 times x minus 2 times y minus 11 equals 0. 5 minus 2y minus 11 equals 0. So 5 minus 11 equals 2y. 5 minus 11 is minus 6, isn't it? Minus 6 divided by 2 is minus 3. So my final answer is y equals minus 3 and x was 5 over 2. Let me just check my answer. There we go. So if I was doing this in the exam, I know I've gotten it right. Which is good because this was 5 marks. Yeah. Okay. Is that okay for you? Yeah. Next homework question. So let's see the next one then. It was an inequality. Very good. Okay. 3x minus 8 over 2 greater than 5. Right, what should I do first here? Oh no, sorry, that wasn't it. Sorry. It's not an inequality, it's the last one there, isn't it? Yeah, okay. P is 5 and A, and Q is minus 2 and minus 3, and OR is 10 and 1. And POR is perpendicular to QR. So the line from P to OR is perpendicular to the line that goes from Q to OR. So they're perpendicular lines here. Okay? So this can help me find the A. Kind of similar to the one we had earlier with the 2 lines, isn't it? So what slope should I find first? Well, let me just write down the points here on the graph. The P is 5 and A. I don't like this because I don't know A. The OR is 10 and 1. I like this. And the Q is minus 2 and minus 3, and I like this. So what's the easiest slope to find first? The slope POR or the slope ORQ? Which would be easier to find? Yeah, why? Because you actually know those points, ORQ. So, I'll call this one x2, y2, and this one x1, y1. So that's 1 minus minus 3 over minus 2 minus 10. So that's 4 over minus 12. That's minus 1 over 3. Yeah? Now, if this one has a, now be careful, think carefully. If this one has a slope of minus 1 over 3, and this line is perpendicular to it, what is the slope of this line, P to R? 3. Yes, because you flip it and you change the sign. So that means, if I was to look at the slope from here to here, the slope there, between those 2 points, it should equal 3. So I can say 1 minus A over 10 minus 5, that should equal, it's supposed to equal 3. Now, does that make sense? Are you sure? I see confusion in your eyes. Tell me what's confusing you.
10.
The 10, yeah. that is me saying y2 minus y1, so that's 1 minus a over x2 minus x1 then. Okay, so that's 1 minus a over 5 equals 3. What should I do next? Cross multiply, bring 5 up, so I get 1 minus a, 1 minus a equals 15, so 1 minus 15 equals a, so a is 16 then. Okay, well that, do you know, that was kind of hard for only 3 marks, especially when you compare it to the one we had up the top here for 5 marks, the simultaneous. You know, the marking is a bit peculiar. Now, let's see. Oh, flip. I mean, I did that on purpose to see if you're paying attention. A equals minus 14. Of course, we all know that. Right. We haven't done all the algebra yet, but we've got a lot of it done. I would like to do some problems where we have 2 equations to solve, but I think you're kind of okay with the simultaneous. But there's some harder ones, like you see on the bottom of page 4. Have we done anything like that yet, where you have one linear and one quadratic? Can you see that at the bottom of page 4? Do you see how that's different because there's a square in it? I think I'd like to do some of these ones. And the simultaneous I think is okay, but let's have a look at some of these ones here. Yeah. Did we do division last time? Have we done long division? We haven't done that yet. Okay. We'll do some of the simultaneous, the harder ones. I think we're okay for time. Yeah, great. Right, let's start off with some examples just to get started. So, this is my example here. Let's say I have something like x plus y equals 2. Nah, that's boring. 7. And x squared plus y squared equals, x squared plus y squared equals 25. Right, so we cannot use elimination here, like we did in the example earlier. Why not? Why can't I use elimination here? Yeah, because these aren't actually the same thing. So, we need a different method. Can we think of any other methods we could use to try and solve this?
Roots.
Say again?
The roots.
Finding the roots. Explain.
X plus y equal to 5.
Go on.
That's
Okay. We will have to find the roots, but not at the very beginning. Something else before we find roots. Any ideas? No ideas? What do you think? Okay. You're siding with him on this. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we will have to find roots. But before we do that, we use a method called substitution. And the idea behind this method is you try and get the x or the y from the linear and put it into the quadratic. So for example, here you could say y equals 7 minus x. So if you know that y is the same as 7 minus x, it means the y here can be replaced with 7 minus x. So you can say x squared plus 7 minus x squared equals 25. It's a replacement. So, can you see how I got from here to here? Yeah, so everybody's happy with that. But if that is the same as y, it means that the second equation, this y here, you can replace it with 7 minus x, because I just said they're the same. So, this is why it's called substitution, because substitution, of course, means replacement. So you're actually replacing the y. Now, before I continue, is that okay? Yeah. Have you seen this before?
Yeah.
You don't sound certain, though.
No. I think yes.
Yes. Okay. It's not too difficult to understand, I hope. Yeah. Okay, what do I do next now? So this is quite good because now I don't have y anymore. In this I only have the x, and that's quite good. What should I do though? What's next here? Yeah, I have to open the brackets. Do you know the quick way to open this? Now you can do it a longer way where you write the brackets down twice and expand it. And if you're comfortable with that, please do it that way. If you want to save a bit of time, there's a shortcut. The rule is it's the first one squared, okay, and then plus twice the first by the second. So what's twice 7? 14. And 14 times minus x? Minus 14x. And then the second squared. What's minus x squared? It's plus x squared equals 25. Now if you haven't seen that before, I'll just write it down here on the side. When you have the first plus the second squared, the quick way to open this is the first squared plus twice the first by the second plus the second squared. It's a quick way to expand for square. Yeah? Okay, so returning. Okay, I have 2x squared minus 14x. And then what's 49 minus 25? It is 26? No, 24. 24. Now what type of problem have I made now? What's this problem called? What type of equation is this? Yeah? You know it, come on, begins with a Q. How many words begin with a Q? Quadratic equation, yeah. I can simplify this quadratic a little bit. What can I divide by? Yeah, divide everything by 2 if I like. So I have x squared minus 7x plus 14. Now, if you want, you can use the formula, but I'll be a bit lazy and factorize it because... yeah?
I think it's a plus 12.
Are you sure? 49 minus 25?
No, divided by 2.
When you divide
Divided
by
by 2.
Oh, really? Like, I'm so glad the holiday's next week because I've been doing this for too many weeks now. 12. Also, the heat is just too much for me. It's just too much for me. I can't handle it. Right, so the two factors here I think will be minus 4 and minus 3. So that means x equals 3 or 4. But I still need to get the y. So y equals something or something. And how can I figure out what that y is? Yeah, I need to sub in, don't I? So 3, if I put it back into this one, okay, 7 minus 3 gives me y. 7 minus 3? 4. And then let's check for the next answer. If x is 4, 7 minus 4? 3. Yeah? Is that okay? Yeah? It's a little bit harder than the simultaneous, but it's really just a quadratic problem. Now what I'll do is I'll give you one to practice now. Make sure you got the idea before I give you anything to do for homework. So can I scroll down? Yeah. Let me say something like x plus y minus 17 equals 0, and x squared minus y squared minus 169 equals 0. Okay. I'll let you try this now. See what you can do. Yeah, how are we doing? You look very unhappy with this.
Very unhappy.
Oh. What happened now? You got stuck, was it?
Yeah, sadly, yeah.
Let's have a peek. Hmm. Yes, you got a bit confused on your substitution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And how about over here? How are you doing on this one? It's looking okay. Yeah, I think you got the idea. Is it 17 plus x or I'm just wondering about your signs. If you should have a minus. I think y is 17 minus x possibly. You have 17 plus x. Possibly, yeah. And how about over here? You have 17 minus x. Good. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, like yeah. So this is where you had plus by mistake. Yeah. Okay, good. Okay. Shall we have a look at it? Yeah. Now, tell me what to do first. So it's with this guy here, isn't it? Yeah. Who am am I trying to get here? What am I trying to find? I'm trying to get the y by itself. So what should I move here? You see, I should move the 17, get it out of the way, and the x. So if I move them over to the right, I'm left with y equals 17 minus x, because the 17 comes over, there it is there, and the x comes over, and there it is there. And is that okay? Right, and then you can tell me what to do next. So I've just gotten to here. Yeah. Y is this, isn't it? So I should write here x squared minus bracket 17 minus x squared minus 65 equals 0. And then what do I do next?
Take the 159.
Nah. That's something else.
Open the bracket.
Open the brackets, yeah. What is 17 squared? 289, is it? So this is x squared 289 minus 34x plus x squared minus 169. Now you might be saying, why did I not remove the brackets? The reason I left the brackets there is because I have to be careful, since I have this minus in the front, and I still have to figure out what this minus does. So what it'll do is it'll change all the signs here. So my real answer is actually x squared minus 289 plus 34x and minus x squared minus 169 equals 0. I feel like I made a mistake here.
Same happened to me.
Same thing happened to you. So we both made a mistake, or we're both right.
I think the question of wrong.
You think the question's wrong? Yes, it is wrong. Thank you. I've just spotted it now. I gave you a question that has no answer. Yeah, so that would have been quite difficult if you were to continue. My question, when I made up the question, I realised I made it so it has no answer. But let me fix that, okay? I'll change the question so that's a plus. Now it's fixed. Now I know it has an answer. So I'll just change this. I'll change this to a plus, and I'll change this to a plus. So now I have x squared plus x squared, 2x squared, and then minus 34x, and then 289 minus 169. Thank you. What is it? 120. Okay. Now what should I do to this guy? Divided by 2. So now I have x squared minus 17x plus 60 equals 0. Now, don't tell me, I can factorize this, don't tell me. I need to learn. Right. Hang on. It's gotta be 20. No. Third. 5 and 12. X minus 5, x minus 12. There we go. So the answers here is x equals 5 or 12. And if I put those answers back into this guy, right up here, I can get the y. So the y will equal 17 minus 5, which is 12. Or for the other answer, it's 17 minus 12 for this answer, so that's 5 then. So there are my two answers, 5, 12 or 12, 5 are the two answers then. It's a bit tricky, isn't it? It's a bit tricky. Let me give you a couple to do here for homework, simultaneous problems. We'll just say, you see on page 4, the second question. So if you want to just mark it there, page 4, the second question. So that's the simultaneous there for homework. The one that says 5c minus 2d equals 13. Do you see it? And then also, I just want you to do the first part at the bottom, the last question. You see the one that says y equals x minus 4 and 2x squared plus y squared equals 44. Just the first part of that, not the second part. Just the first part here. I don't think that's so bad. And then when we come back, we'll probably get the algebra finished when we come back, and we can do probability next then. Oh, well, actually, I don't know. Have you finished all your probability in class? What are you doing at the moment? Yeah, okay, the hypothesis testing. Have you done the trees? The probability tree, the tree diagrams, and the Venn diagrams?
Yeah.
And have you done these ones here that look like the set? Yeah, you've done the ones with the sets, the Venn diagrams.
Yeah.
Did you do normal distribution?
Yeah.
You did, okay, and binomial distribution? Great, okay, so then we can do the probability next. Yeah, okay. Wonderful. We'll leave it there. So what class